My name's Ryan, and you're watching That Random Geeky Guy. Well, hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining me for the video. Today we are actually just doing a case unboxing and kind of overview. There seems to be a bit of a shift in case design, so I guess we've gone through a large period of a lot of tempered glass, which I don't think is a bad thing, but potentially poor airflow cases, especially when you've got those solid front panels. For those of you that don't know, I was using an NZXT H510 for my build at the moment, and this is what's replacing it. My reason for that being is the H510 is a good case, but if you are starting to put components in there that's got a higher TDP, pushing out a bit more heat, especially with overclocks, it's starting to become a little bit of a concern. I've got a 5000 series AMD, so a 5800X on its way, which I intend to overclock as well. So in preparation for that, it's changing for this case here. This is from Fractal Design, and it's known as the Meshify S2. There's already a bit of a buzz going about this case at the minute, and I think it's going to be quite a popular one. It's in no way a budget case. I know I do a lot of budget builds. It's not the most expensive case in the world, but it is about £130, £140. And I think anything over £100 wouldn't be considered as an entry-level budget case. But I think it's good value for money. So let me get this unboxed and kind of just show you around it. I've got a second phone set up here, so I can just give you some close-up shots. Trusted knife in hand. I've gone a bit extreme this time with the knife to get this one opened. So there's already been a number of videos that have been done. Gamers Nexus is obviously, they're quite well known for their case kind of reviews, specifically focusing on things like airflow. And I think it's become a bigger and bigger subject recently. Now, this particular one, obviously the clue's in the name with Meshify. It's got a full mesh front design. Now, don't get me wrong, the design isn't for everyone. It's got some geometric shapes on the front, which make it a little bit different, shall we say. But I quite like it, and it's got space, I think, for 9 fans to create a really good airflow pattern. Okay, let's see if I can do this. It's quite a big case as well. Now, they do 3 different variants of this, to my knowledge. They do one that comes with no glass side panel at all, so it's just a hard side panel. Then they do this one, which is the tempered glass, I guess you'd say standard. And then they do like a dark tinted tempered glass one if you want to go for that slight different effect. So yeah, this is the one that isn't tinted, so it's just a normal tempered glass side panel. Okay, I actually went a lot better than I was expecting, so let me just stick this down here. Okay, so it's got a fair bit of weight to it, and you can kind of feel within it the build quality, which is pretty cool. So it is in polystyrene, so apologies if there's any polystyrene squeaks that annoy people. Let's get this out of here. There we go. So I recently changed the motherboards in my... What have I dropped there? I've recently changed the motherboards in my existing build in preparation for the 5800X, which is coming. So we have gone up to an Asus Strix X570 versus the B450 that we had previously. So yeah, that's actually already gone into the existing case, and I'm just going to, before the 5800X comes, I'm just going to do a bit of investigatory work into whether or not the BIOS is the latest version on that motherboard, so that it is definitely ready for that to come. Okay, there we go. Let's spin it around so you can see this side. Awesome. There is a fair bit of weight to this one. Okay, there we go. I think the trend for airflow is going to be around for some time now. I don't know if that's the impact of Gamers Nexus or other YouTubers. Okay. Well, there we go. it's a fairly nondescript case. Pretty cool. Removable top panel, fully filtered. All of your fan mounts across the top here. There's a hole. Actually, let me just get this one activated so I can show you some close-up shots. So this case is actually quite well known for custom water loops and stuff like that. So let me kind of show you what I mean. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go close up. So you can see here in the top, we've got what would be used, I assume, as a fill port if you're doing a custom loop in there. Now, like I said, this has got a pattern across the back along with some filter in it, which is cool. And then going back to the case, let's go for a bit of a walk around. So down the back here, you've got all of your standard PCIe slots, but then you can also vertically mount there. What you'll notice is the finish here is really good. And then you've got a removable PSU front cover so that you can put everything on, slot it in, and then close it up. But you'll notice it's metal thumb screws here as well. Okay, let's get inside the case. So let me just spin this round. So what I know so far is that you've got like friction mounts that are in here. So straight away the quality of this is really good for the money. Those metal thumb screws feel really good. Let's see if we can pop this off without breaking it. I think it's top and bottom. There we go. And that slots out. Okay, so let me just pop that to the side here. And then, yeah, here you've got a load of rails where you can mount things like reservoirs, pumps, all that sort of stuff. Your full PSU shroud all the way across the bottom. We've got some factory fitted fans which look like 140mm, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. I'm not actually long term going to be using this. I've got 3 Corsair Light Loop fans to go in the back. They're en route, I haven't actually got them yet. My existing H100i AIO is going to go in the top. At the moment it's mounted to the front, but I want to go into the top with that. I want to remove, there's a panel here which is I think designed actually for deeper rads, but you can remove it and put some fans in the bottom to give even more airflow. In fact, let's jump back in with some close-ups so you can see the inside. So straight away around there you can see those Fractal Design case fans, and you've got 2 of them there, and then up here there's another one as well. The cable ports have all got rubber grommets in them, which is quite cool. So you've got the ones here for your 24 pin and your front panel connectors. Ones at the top here for your fan headers and your CPU power. And then another one down the bottom here for your PCIe power to your graphics cards. There's that panel that I was talking about. So that panel can be removed, which I think I'm going to do to try and get more airflow coming through. While we've got this shot enabled, let's look at that top panel. So we've got 2 USB 3s, your separate headphone and microphone ports, as well as a Type-C, your very tactile power button, and less tactile and kind of shielded reset button, which is kind of what you want. That's that design on the front that I was talking about. For some people it might look dented, but it's it's kind of their geometric design and the Fractal Design logo down here. Yeah, all in all, very good. Let's jump back out to our wide shot and talk about fan filters. So you've got, obviously we've already seen the filter that's in the top, but what we've also got here is, I believe, if I pull from the bottom, yeah, you've got a fan filter that goes the whole length of the case across the bottom. So that's going to cover the PSU at the back, and if you put in those additional fans as well. Let's see if we can put that back in. What cases are you guys using at the moment? Is airflow a big deal for you? I mean, I think this one gives a good balance between airflow and aesthetics. You can still get a really good looking build in this as well. But what would you say is your number one thing? Is it airflow? Is it aesthetics? You know, actually, does airflow not really concern you, and the stock speeds that you're running, it works perfectly fine? Or actually, is it the other way around? Does aesthetics mean nothing to you? It's all just about performance. What I like about this top panel is if I just pop that back in. So there we go, and I'm just going to jump back into this this close-up shot. So the panel there, you can see it's all sat flush inside, but on the back here you've got a release button. So by pushing that, it releases it here, and you can lift it up. I think that's a really cool design. So there we go. That is a basic walk around the case. Oh, the only other thing I was going to show you as well that I noticed, again going into this close-up shot, is here where you'd screw your graphics card and everything like that in. Let's just see if we can get the light to adjust. All of your PCIe slots have also got these really good quality thumb screws. So yeah, versus what I'm used to, obviously in essence the NZXT is a much cheaper case, you know, about half the price of this one, but it's still quite a step up in terms of build quality. So yeah, overall very, very impressed. What's going to happen next is I'm going to transplant all of my hardware into this. I won't bore you with that because there's no hardware changes at this point. We'll talk again when we do the 5800X install. But I'm going to transfer all of my hardware into this. Now, like I said, I think this case is going to be quite popular. So if you've got any questions that you want me to answer, and I'll answer them in the 5800X video that'll be coming in the future, I can answer any questions that you might have about the case. But I think, like, you know, my very, very first impressions are very, very positive. It's got a lot of weight, a lot of steel in its construction, a large tempered glass side panel, and I think it looks fantastic. Oh, actually, sorry, before I go, let me just show you the back, because there's some really good stuff in the back, which I've seen through Fractal Design's website. So probably would make sense if we have a look at that. So again, those high quality thumb screws keeping the back cover on. Let's pop this off. There we go. And we're in. So let me put this down here. Yeah, awesome. So it is exactly as I'd read. So you've got a couple of things. Number one, you've got a fan controller here that's pre-installed from Fractal Design. Some pre-installed cable management Velcro straps. And then this was a real standout feature for me. So this is 3 separate 3.5 inch drive cages that fit like this into the back of the case, rather than putting them in like a small tower in the PSU shroud. This means that you can use airflow through the PSU shroud, and these are still well looked after. I need 3 because I have my games library and I also run a Plex server off my PC, so having a lot of mass storage is quite important. I actually run 3 4 terabyte hard drives across these. That'll be going in there. You've got 2 2.5 inch drive bays here, also with those really nice thumb screws. I know I keep on about these, but like, they're using them everywhere. And there's, I mean, whilst I imagine the cost was nominal, it's, you know, still an extra cost to get all of that happening. All of your front panel connectors are all tucked down here in the bottom, ready to be used. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Obviously you've got your USB-C, your HD audio, and all your front panel connectors. And yeah. Okay, so there we go. That was just a kind of a general unboxing and overview of the Fractal Design Meshify 2. Is it Meshify 2 or Meshify S2? It's the S2. Don't know why I forgot about that. So Meshify S2. Like I said previously, if you've got any questions about this case, I'm going to be doing a video when I upgrade to the 5800X when it finally turns up. When I do that, I can answer any questions that you've got. Like I said, I think this is going to be a really popular case out there, just off the back of kind of that change of culture towards these high airflow cases. So any questions at all, stick them in the comment section below. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, it's thumbs down. I appreciate any shares, or if you subscribe, it means a huge amount, so make sure that you do. Hit that bell icon to be notified for future videos. Thank you again to those who've headed on over to thatrandomgeekyguy.com and hooked themselves up with the Founder Edition t-shirt. It really supports the channel, so make sure you go and get yourself one if you can. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me, and I shall see you next time.